Today we are making something fun, a little beaded gold charm. It's cute, spooky and perfect for Halloween. You can hang it on your keys, your bag, or even turn it into earrings. Let's jump right in. Here's my pattern. If you want to download it, you can find the link in the description down below. We're gonna need seed beads in 2 colors. These are TOHO Treasure beads, and you can see the color codes on the screen right now. Then we need a beading needle. This is size 12. I'm gonna use my favorite thread, is Fireline in crystal color 0.12 millimeters, and scissors or thread zip if you want, if you have, and a wire guardian. Okay, so let's get started. I got a piece of thread. I thread my needle. And I start with 2 rows at once. As usual, I'm gonna start with row number 6 and 5. So these 2 rows at once in a zigzag way. You can find a link to the full tutorial up here, but I will show you anyway. Okay, so first I'm gonna pick up 3 beads. These 2, 1, 2, and 3. So 2 black beads and 1 white bead. Slide them down. And I leave a tail long enough to whip it in later. And I go with my needle through the first bead, just like that. And you can see it form a little triangle. And it corresponds to these 3 beads. So then I will continue with this white bead. So I pick up 1 white bead and I go with my needle right through this white bead. And pull tight. And we'll continue in zigzag way until the end of the row. I pick up another white bead and go up through this white bead. And pull tight. Now it's time to add 1 black bead and go down. White bead and go up. White bead and go down. White bead and up. White bead and down. Now black bead. And last black bead in a row. So this is row 6 and this is row 5, and we will continue with row 4, and in this row you can see we do an increase. So I pick up 2 beads at once, 1 black and 1 white. And I will not go directly through beads, but I will go under the thread bridges. So I need to make an increase. So I go with my needle under the first thread bridge, just like that. Then I go up through the white bead, down through the black bead, and back up through the white bead. And pull tight. And as you can see, I made an increase this way. And I will continue with 4 white beads, 1 at a time. So I pick up 1 white bead and I go under the next thread bridge. and then go up through the bead and pull tight. 3 more white beads, pick up one, go under the thread bridge, and go up through the bead and pull tight. 2 more beads, so I pick up one white bead, go with my needle under the thread bridge, and go up through the bead. And the last white bead, I go under the thread bridge again, and go up through the bead. Now I pick up one black bead, go under the thread bridge, and go up through the bead. Okay, and the row number 4 is finished, and we move on to the row number 3. In the start of the row number 3, you can see we do a decrease. So I pick up 2 black beads, and I skip the first thread bridge and go with my needle under the second thread bridge. This way I make a decrease. Go up through the second bead, go down through the first bead, and back up through the second bead. And continue with another black bead. I go with my needle under the thread bridge and go up through the bead. Pull tight and continue exactly the same way. One, two, three, 4. So I need to add one more. Next one white bead. And as you can see, we need to add one more black bead, and we have no thread bridge left. So how I do it? I pick up one black bead and I go with my needle directly through the bead, through the last bead of the previous row, just like that. And the row number 3 is finished. Now I need to move my thread up to make row number 2. In row number 2, we will do a decrease. So that means I can go with my needle just through these 2 white beads, and I will go under the first thread bridge. I don't need to go right away to the right. Pick up 2 black beads, and if my thread was coming out of the black bead for a decrease, I would insert my needle under the second thread bridge, but since my thread is already coming out of the white bead here, I'm going under the first thread bridge instead. Not like the first like this, but the first next to my thread. You know what I mean. So I go with my needle right under this thread bridge. Go up and down and back up And it's time to make row number 1. It's only one bead, so I just go with my needle like this. And I reinforce the connection. Okay, so one half of the pattern is finished, and now I just weave the tail in. I'm not going to make any knots, I will just weave the thread in to secure it. And cut off the excess thread. Now I just move to this black bead. And I start row number 7. Pick up one black bead and one white bead. And I do a decrease, so I skip the first thread bridge and go with my needle under the second thread bridge. Go up through the white bead, go down through the black bead, and back up through the white bead, and pull tight. Continue with 2 more white beads, so one bead at once, under the thread bridge, and go up through the bead, another white bead, and go up, one black bead for the eye, and go up through the black bead, another white bead, and finally one black bead. This is row number 7. Now we will make row number 8. Pick up one black bead and one white bead. Skip the first thread bridge and go with my needle under the second thread bridge. Then go up through the white bead, down through the black bead, and back up. And pull tight. 4 more white beads. So it's 1, go up, 3 more, and the last white bead. And I need to add 1 more black bead, and I have no thread bridge left. Pick up 1 black bead and go with my needle directly through the last bead of the previous row, just like that. I need to get my thread to this last black bead. So I go down 1 bead, and move back up. And in row number 9 I need to make an increase, so I pick up one black bead, one white bead, and because it's an increase I go with my needle under the first thread bridge. Go up through the white bead, down through the black bead, and back up through the white bead. Pull tight and continue with 5 black beads. Now I need to move to this black bead, pick up 2 black beads, and go with my needle under this last thread bridge. Go up through the black bead and down and up and pull tight, and the last bead, pick up the last black bead and go directly through this bead just like that, and I reinforce the connection. Okay, so the ghost is finished. It looks really nice, I think. And it's time to add a wire guardian right here. So I go with my needle to the top of this head. Okay, now I just take a wire guardian and go with my needle through one side of the wire guard, slide it down, and go with my needle through the other side of the wire guard, and through the bead. So it looks like this, and now I just need to reinforce the connection. Through the wire guardian again. And now I just weave the thread in. And I just cut off the excess thread. When I was designing this pattern, I honestly had my doubts. It looked a bit weird at first, but I think the final result turned out really cute. What do you think? I hope you loved this project as much as I did. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more fun bead tutorials and Halloween ideas. It really helps my channel grow, and I'll be so thankful for your support. Bye!